In this video, we're going to look specifically at the Cornell note-taking method and how that can be used to facilitate effective learning. At the heart of all of these videos is the belief that without question, all of us can improve, and we just need to find the ways, the methods for helping us achieve that. I think it's always important to remember these three questions. How do you study? Why do you study this way? And does it work? And if it does, how do you know it does? So this concept map details 6 proven effective learning strategies. And we're going to focus today on Cornell Notes, which is a brilliant way of employing the summarizing learning strategy, but also provides us with an opportunity for self-testing too. If you feel note-taking is very important to you, then the Cornell note-taking method is it just has got to be the best note-taking method there is. As you can see, you divide your page up into 3 areas, the largest of which is the area where the notes are going to be written. On the left-hand side, you can see there's a column for recall cues, and at the bottom we've got a summary. So let's sort of explain each of those areas in a little bit more detail. So in terms of what you should, or how you should write the notes in the tips area, then bullet points are good. Use symbols and abbreviations. Can't stress enough how important it is to write in your own words, and you're not mindlessly copying. You're not simply just copying something that's in a revision guide or in a textbook, and make sure it makes sense to you. Okay, so you are, if this is a summarizing technique, you are essentially translating a chunk of information into a form and words that is particular to you. So think about keywords and ideas. Think about important dates or people or places. Think about any relevant diagrams or charts, formulas if that's relevant, examples, case studies, and then also think about, so you're not simply just listing things. Think about any sort of critical analysis, whether there's strengths or weaknesses to whatever it is that you're writing notes about. Summary part is a summary of your summary. So in a sense, your notes, original notes, should have had an element of summarizing to them. And then the summary at the bottom is really trying to condense down what you had in the notes part of the page into to what you really feel is the real core information, the real critical key stuff. Think about why that info is important. Think about what conclusions you can draw. And then we have the recall cues part where you list questions or tasks based on the notes that you've written on that page. So let's see some concrete examples. So 2 very different subjects. The one on the left is history. One on the right is chemistry. I've deliberately so that for the booklet, I've deliberately written these just only in black and white, but of course you could use highlighter pens, or you could use color to just lift certain details out. But you can see I've written a sort of section of notes explaining whatever the topic or area is. I have written recall cues, questions, tasks to do related to those notes. And then finally, we've got the summaries at the bottom, which is really trying to condense down what the notes have covered. Now, this was done as a summarizing technique, but we also had an arrow from self-testing. So we can use this as well as making notes, making good notes, and that involves us selecting, organizing, and integrating all the various information, so making us really think about the information. We can also use this to self-test thanks to the recall cues. So you cover up the notes part, you cover up the summary part, and now you have the questions, which in a sense are a little like flashcard questions, but you now have a list of questions. And one of the advantages here is that they're all sort of linked together. You can see that it's all related to whichever topic you've written at the top. And then you can test yourself, and then it's very easy to reveal the answers. Just like it is with flashcards, I think at the very least you should say out loud what your answer is to these questions. But even better would be to actually write the answers down on a separate piece of paper and then compare them with what you've written in your notes. But if notes are something that you feel very drawn towards, then I think the Cornell note-taking method is superb. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope one of the things that's come across is that without question all of us can improve, but that's only going to happen if we learn how to learn. And hopefully the Cornell note-taking method, which has been described in this video, will help you achieve that.